purpose is the next rung in the brand pyramid. And it's relevant for the organization or the company, and it's also relevant for your personal brand. When you think about purpose and you think about your personal brand, you should think about your why. Like, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? And then after getting there, then you should use that to evolve into a purpose statement. I will try and remember to model that for you. But let's dive into purpose. So, a purpose is a bold affirmation of your organization's reason for being. It talks about why you exist. It's really about who you serve. It's not really about, how much money you want to make. It's really about serving others. And it's a great way to brand what you do because branding draws people in, if you remember that I said that earlier in another lesson. So having a purpose really, really helps to do that. Now, a lot of people confuse mission, basically what you do, with purpose, why you do what you do and why you exist. So I am sharing a short clip from Rebirth Use Purpose Masterclass, where I will explain both of these concepts and contrast them, and then layer that with a wonderful example from BBC. This statement from Nat Dvorak and Brian Ott from a 2015 article provides a clear definition of purpose from which we will be working for the remainder of this lesson. At its core, a company's purpose is a bold affirmation of its reason for being in business. It conveys what the organization stands for in historical, ethical, emotional, and practical terms. No matter how it's communicated to employees and customers, a company's purpose is the driving force that enables a company to define its true brand and create its desired culture. Before exploring purpose in depth, let's clarify the difference between purpose and mission. They are both invaluable for the success of your organization. They must be created and explored separately. The mission of your organization is what you do, while the purpose is why you do it. The mission relates more closely to the day-to-day logistics of your operations. It drives your strategic plan, molds your environment, and helps to establish and reach your goals. The purpose of your organization is the overarching reason for existing. Your purpose will never reach its full potential. It is the ideal that you will always strive towards. Theory with no practical application can breed misunderstanding. So let us look at the British Broadcasting Corporation, better known as the BBC. The BBC has both a mission and a purpose. 5 purpose statements to be exact. Be advised that Brand Rebirth recommends that you develop a one-sentence, succinct purpose statement. So the mission is stated on its website is to act in the public interest, serving all audiences through the provision of impartial, high quality, and distinctive output and services which inform, educate, and entertain. And this is one of their 5 purpose statements: to reflect, represent, and serve the diverse communities of all of the United Kingdom's nations and regions, and in doing so, support the creative economy across the United Kingdom. Feel free to peruse the remaining 4 purpose statements. Remember, the mission states what BBC does, and the purpose statements define why they actually do it. So explainer videos are fun. So I developed one for the Rebirth You Purpose Masterclass as well that shows how Southwest Airlines uses purpose to reach its customers. Let's take a look at an example of a purpose statement in the airlines industry. Southwest Airlines has a very simple, straightforward, yet impactful purpose: to connect people to what's important in their lives through friendly, reliable, and low cost air travel. Their purpose is simple and easy to understand, yet it is very clearly a bold affirmation of its reason for being in business. There is little to be left to the imagination when reading their purpose statement, but it allows for so much more room to grow. The purpose doesn't look at how they are doing business, but why they are doing business. So we've talked about purpose, and a lot of my thinking around purpose as it relates to the organization comes from Simon Sinek, the Why Guy, and also Dr. Nicholas Pierce, who is a professor of a business professor and pastor and consultant as well. So I would just want to leave you with some practical tips on how to create your purpose statement. And let's just keep in mind, creating a purpose statement is not something that takes 5 minutes. It takes time. Brand strategy takes time because guess what? You don't change it. Once you create your purpose statement, your core values, and your prevision, and all these things that we're going to discuss, these things should not change. Um, Branding is a being type of thing. When you get into marketing, yes, you can create marketing campaigns every month, every week, 4 times a year on a quarterly basis. But when you're building a brand, you need to be very intentional and take your time and do it right. So, what is recommended is to think about your what and how, so that you can get to your why. When I say what, I'm referring to what do you do? What do you produce? What do you sell? So for brand rebirth, the what is leadership development, brand strategy. I sell executive coaching. I provide executive coaching. I help people get to their truth. Training and development, which is what you are experiencing right now. I help employees. I help teams. I help people discover their why. I also help with well-being, and I also help with helping under organizations to improve their brand. So giving them trainings like this, or through Rebirth U, using different channels that you're experiencing here. I also do keynote speaking. This is my what. Um, and then also consulting. If you need for me to do this for you, I can do this for you with brand rebirth, meaning your brand strategy, your positioning, and your marketing strategy, your customer experience, all of these things. This is about the what. So think about what you do, jot it down. The how can refer to your processes, your systems that you have in place, your values and your guiding principles, or your value proposition, or your unique value proposition. So in the case of brand rebirth, I shared our values of avant-garde authenticity, 10, global mindset and favor. What are your guiding principles? What are some things that you do to really make your what shine? And so after having that, then you need to start thinking about your why, your cause, your belief. For me, is to help individuals and corporations or organizations boldly unleash authenticity, and I want to do this for, well, at least 1 million people in my lifetime. I want to serve people in this way. Being authentic is really important, and it needs to be infiltrated within the organization so that people can be respectful, relatable, and real, and then magnetize customers to their brands and serve others in a meaningful way. So, on the Purpose Masterclass, I show this in the form of a concentric circle as well. So, how all of these things mesh together and give you some deeper ways to get to this. But this is a good start, and just about and getting to your purpose, which is the reason, your reason for being and reason why your organization exists. So we talked about Southwest Airlines with the brand explainer video. And so their purpose is to connect people to what's important in their lives through friendly, reliable, and low cost air travel. That is their purpose. I think it's a beautiful purpose, and I really see that they actually live their purpose very well. So this is the time also to take your worksheet, jot down your purpose statement, and what you believe your purpose statement to be.